And I'm going to need that lobby invite still.
Yep, just coming out now.
So, why don't you tell everybody who won and how close it was?
Okay, we'll just start from the start again. This is a ToC round 4 stream, 5v5 competition, GNX versus Clan Crossfire. We just did the 1v1 because we started on the wrong stream and Fez got a crash as well. And GNX Sam won that. Kamikaze Viking lost one of his side torsos and overheated pretty quickly. Now, it was quite close though. It was about 300 damage each, very even scores. I'm going to invite Fez. Well, then.
All right, and I believe the first map is going to be HPG, and we need to figure out which side people want to go to.
Yeah, just ask Sam which side he wants. They want team 2, so they can go down there. I will invite Captain Cat, the team leader of Clan Crossfire, to the lobby.
And while you're doing that... Alright, so the cap point being lower theta, do you think they'll go after each other and not worry about it, or do you think you're going to end up with a fight in the basement?
Well, there's two ways this will pretty much run. It'll either be a basement fight, or it'll be a fight around the corner of Echo 5, Echo 6 sort of area. They both push from Charlie Bravo straight into each other. I think either one's fine. It'll depend what they want to do. Take Genix. Boom, got him out just in time. Not that it matters. Okay, so CXF have 5 minutes to ready up. Then we'll be good to go. Given the format of this tournament and the 5v5 nature, usually teams do not take their 5 minutes. So hopefully we'll have some quick lobbies in here and not have too much interruptions.
Well, and both of them are 2 and 1, so it's not like they don't know how to do this.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. Looks like Crossfire changing their tonnage at the moment, getting into their proper mix.
Kamikaze commenting on the very stunning 1v1 that we unfortunately missed.
Kamikaze threw it. He was ahead. He whiffed 2 shots. And then once he got halved, he still had 2 PPCs, but he didn't let himself cool down. He just cooked himself. Could have had it, Kemi, if you're watching. Had it in the bag, mate. The pressure got to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Maybe a little overeager trying to finish him off.
It looks like moved into Bravo spawn, which as you'd expect. Probably the fast one in Alpha.
Wonder if GNX is going to keep this lineup, because they are very, very light. Probably a Vulcan as their medium.
Yeah, maybe a Vulcan, or maybe they've got like a Piranha Commando. The max tonnage is 195 for this drop. So they are 35 tons under. Crossfire at the moment being 108 tons, 15 tons under, so they're missing a little bit, but not too much. I'm interested to see which medium mechs teams bring on this map. So they're locked. So 5 mins, GNX to lock their self. So of course, once a team is locked, they cannot change their position, their pilots, their mechs, or unready.
Yeah, just like you said, Charlie Bravo run straight at each other.
Maybe. I mean, they're the quickest ways to get underneath anyway. So they might both go through different entrance to the underground part. We'll have to see. So far, GNX staying with 160 tons, so 20 tons under, taking something a little bit lighter.
And looks like we are good to go.
And I will got a few people asking me, is the stream? Yep, it's working up. It's all there. They're all ready and locked, and we're going to launch. Okay. Nope, I can hear myself. Got to turn that stream off. I'll have to turn the stream off, but I'll mute it at least. Okay. We'll do another notification now too, and announcements. Do my favorite at everyone in the MWO leagues. Bother them all.
How many people are in it? A couple. Is it over or under 1,000?
It's over 1,000. There you go. I presume a lot of people would have turned off announcements. Okay. Wait for the dropships to come in. Put my overlays up so I can see everyone.
Fair bit of cover.
Here we hear the music. So on Clan Crossfire side, we have a Panther Katana Cat, a Vapor Eagle, a Wolfhound 2, a Commando 1D, and an Urban Mech K9. What have we got in the Ghosts of Nox side?
We've got a Wolfhound, a Commando, an Urban Mech, a Javelin, and the Vulcan, like I was guessing. So they are doubling down in this light fight.
Yeah, so they opted for the Vulcan for a bit of extra synergy, I suppose. Crossfire's drop deck is very similar to the one we ran today against RJF. We just didn't have the Commando. Very similar drop deck. I wonder what they got.
For some reason. This is going.
Yeah, they're going to try and catch out some of their mechs, like the slower Veagles. So the Commando right now is underneath, so he's probably going to get a quick cap, on Theta, and then maybe you'll try and do a flank. But right now they're fighting one mech down. And they've been caught out. Lots of medium pulse. Lots of medium pulse. Looks like we got Brawling Beagle
got any flamers
from the core. I doubt it on this map. Maybe on the Commando, but it doesn't seem like as strong. No, that's a quad quad MPL Commando.
Focused out first.
Yeah.
Big strike. Not really any damage done. Everybody kind of bailed out. GNX is keeping fairly concentrated. They're kind of allowing a concave here. Oh, they've caught him. They've caught the Commando. Let's see how much damage they can do before he gets any reinforcements.
No, he's pretty strong. Looks like he'll be right.
Alright, taking the top of the spine. Vapor Eagle has SRMs?
Yeah, it's SRM. It would be SRM ballistics, SRM LBX 20. So a lot of back and forth at the moment. Cody's getting pretty low, 64%. A few of Crossfire getting pretty low as well.
It looks like GNX
a lot of UAVs up.
Trades.
Yeah, for now they are, definitely. We'll have to see if that turns around. Can change very quickly once you get a pick in this 5v5 format.
Urban Mech is being very bold, jump jetting across.
The Urban Mech's almost legged on for GNX. It's got a very cherry red right leg.
Look at the Wolfhound, it's legged.
Yeah, he's going to go.
So it's a
double kill.
Trade.
Commando goes down. Wolfhound 1 goes down. How's this Panther doing on Crossfire side? It's almost legged, and it's almost right torsoed as well. So not the best focus fire for GNX, which is probably costing them.
New target acquired.
We'll have to see if Crossfire can focus fire a bit better here. So the Vulcan is legged. It's right torso, right leg is the last one remaining, very injured. Oh, another one goes down. The Death Knell's still... It's open a little bit, but it's still okay. And the Spheroid down here in the Urban Mech is doing very well. Ooh, a strike kill. Was that a strike kill? Oh, no, he's from the top. If people see, I saw that strike go over. I thought he might have got him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Crossfire's got this. They've got 2 legged mechs trying to stay low and fight the Vapor Eagle, while the Commando is one-on-one with the Wolfhound. But they are rapidly running out of options and health.
Yeah, and that Veagle is still pretty fresh. He might lose a side torso, but it doesn't matter too much. Yep, just the last one left. Legged Urban Mech. Boom, dead. So I think that was well played for Crossfire. I think what tipped it over the scales, despite GNX seemingly doing more damage at the start, was Crossfire had more tonnage. The Javelin being and the Veagle being, or the Vulcan rather, being much lighter than the options that Crossfire chose, and the GNX also seemed to be shooting both torsos and legs, depending on what was going on. Whereas Crossfire seemed to be a little bit more focused on the legs at least. So good
Yeah,
damage numbers across the board, but
I wonder how much of that came down to the fact that
5-2.
Crossfire had the high ground there as well. They could hide their legs behind the spine.
Well, initially GNX let them take the high ground because GNX had the high ground to start with, but then they fell off it. If you remember at the start, remember GNX immediately took the top of the ramps and was shooting down, and Crossfire was down that second level. But then GNX fell back and gave them that position up too. So that would have definitely, I think, had an impact. So I'll make sure I've
The
got that. Make sure I've got that AP data.
Yep,
I
I've got
want
it as
that.
well. But looks like GNX ended up doing about 60, 70 team damage, which didn't help
Already.
anything.
Let me have a look. I can't see those stats. I'm just finishing now. Whoa! Just had a sudden flick up and down. I'm just looking at the stream. You don't seem to have the pilot names options turned on.
Oh, my mistake.
So you need Tab, Q, and Backspace are the defaults. Make sure you have those names turned on.
Tab Q
Okay, I'm
backspace.
gonna.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna switch up these pilots and the map. Order them all nice and neat. Now the next map is which map? I can't remember. Remind me which map it is, Fez.
Grim Plexus.
That's the one. Grim Plexus.
So they're all going to be fighting over Kappa, and there's a
Hmm.
lot of cover there.
Where are you, Grim Plexus? There you are. Grim
But
Plexus is up. GNX have their 5 mins. They'll get ready pretty quick, I'm sure. So a few different pilots in for this one from both teams, opting to change out a few pilots. And as expected, we're getting a Charlie Stack from Team 1 to rush towards Kappa. Now, Kappa's an interesting spot. If you want to switch to the map just quickly first.
Yep.
The actual Kappa point is very low ground in down there. And it's got these really high high spaces. Yeah, well, I'll change my thing. It's got some high points around here and here. And obviously impassable terrain along there. But you're very vulnerable from the high ground as well, because you can be shot by multiple angles if you're stuck sitting up the high ground. So there is this big block basically that prevents the two teams from easily seeing. So it will be interesting to see how teams choose to approach this. I mean, the obvious approach is you could just full NSR with SRM and DPS, just get them. The other one you could do is take some like Pop Tart mechs, for example, a Daka Summoner, and try and get some early damage in, Pop Tarting over the top of that high ground. Another way you could do is do a pronged approach. So you could have mechs sitting here and here, and then try and control Kappa, and basically you can try and bait the enemy team into pushing one side, and then the other side folds in. So you get them caught out into a bit of a pincer move. So there's a few different strategies that you can see, or there might be a strategy the team takes that surprises. I mean, I think of.
We
We'll have
did
to have
get
a look.
lermed earlier today, and
You
that
get
was
lermed
certainly surprising. Took one Arc Assassin and 4 lerm boats.
on Grim Plexus.
On Grim Plexus, they set up over
Okay.
here, and it did work, but it was certainly something we weren't expecting.
I would expect a team to bring, like, for example, an ATM Vehicle. ATM Vehicle, especially if you're doing an aggressive push, the Vehicle could just sit at the back of that push and just absolutely demolish things with its alpha. That could be quite a strong option. So I wouldn't be surprised at ATMs. I don't think we'll see LRMs though. Be pretty
No.
surprised if either of these teams took a full LRM deck. So
They did
GNX
have
are all locked. What was that?
Let's switch back over to the action then. But
Yeah, they're almost locked. So we've got 295 tons for GNX and a little bit lighter for Crossfire, 275 tons, but both within typical ranges.
well, we saw a lot of MPLs with the first drop. Let's see if they continue that with the second.
MPLs are very strong for mediums, in a sphere MPLs especially. A lot of DPS, a lot of good pinpoint, good burn time. Let's get into it. Okay, here we go. So remember to get the stream up, and we're going to press
Tab
not just
Q
yet.
backspace.
Yeah, well, you don't need to press it until they hear the music. Those drop ships out there will come in. So I have a little bit of time to examine their mech builds as well. Okay, here we go. Tab Q backspace. So from GNX's side, we have a Wolverine 7K, a Night Gear C, Kintaro 18, a Stormcrow D, and a Bushwhacker 1P. So very heavy drop deck. Let's have a look at the builds. SRMs for the Bushwhacker, MRMs for the Wolverine, SRMs for the Kintaro, Ultra 5, Ultra 10, DACA for the Night Gaia, and then we've got the Stormcrow with 5, SRM 6. So their GNX are lots of tonnage, lots of armor quirks, lots of DPS. They're going to push. What do we got on Crossfire's side?
Well, we got a Dervish with some SRMs. We've got a Crab, which is MPLs. Phoenix Hawk, I always want to call that the wrong mech, but that's the Nova Cat, and a Vapor Eagle, as you said, with the ATMs.
Oh, they got the shop there, ATMs. They do. The Nova Cat is LRMs. It's 2 LRM 15s and 4 LRM 20s with a tag. So they do have LRMs. There you go. They've teched in the LRMs.
He is staying way
I think this is favoured to GNX, I would say, unless they decide not to commit straight away. They have to just press the W key, all of them.
Yeah,
for this to work.
The longer Crossfire can sit and hold this cap and make them trade for it, closer that Nova Cat gets as well.
So we got the Phoenix Hawks taking the cap, and he's running away, which seems to be okay. But he's lucky that GNX side haven't just pressed the W key here. They're being cautious. Now, if one of Crossfire's mechs had a Pop-Tart Narc right now, that would be wonderful. But they don't seem to. They should have taken that option.
Oh, they've got the Night Gear that's set up and finally getting some good damage on the crabs. Strikes are going out. But now they know they've got lurks.
How does that Night Gear gone? No, he's still alright.
Yeah, he's got decent cover with the walls there, but
yeah, 85%. I don't know if you should call it decent cover. He might get caught out there if he's unlucky. So the Lerms are coming in. They're starting to do a bit of damage. I don't know if he's...
They're not really doing all that much of the Night Gear, are they?
I don't know.
80%.
He's lost 21%, man. It's pretty significant. Doesn't take much. I don't know if he's skilled
Bushwhacker
that Nova Cat properly.
He's going for the cap. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold it, especially now with this Phoenix Hawk coming in right behind him.
No, the Phoenix Hawk's picking at him.
It seems GNX is trying to bait them into a push, but they've got Lerms. They're never going to do it.
No, they're going to look. They're going to push. They're pushing now. So that ATM needs to get some work done here. I don't know if he's going to get it done enough. The Lerms are coming in. They're focusing the Stormcrow. Is it going to be another Veagle? Veagle's going to be picked. He needs to get one alpha off. He got an alpha off. Yep. Nice damage on the Wolverine. Is it going to be enough? That's the question. I don't think so.
Well, I'm trying to take this.
Got some very damaged mechs.
There goes the Bushwhacker.
Yep, the note. It's going to be. They've managed to get up. The LRM boat's still doing great damage. Look, he's still getting the Night Gear back here. There he goes down.
Trading kills all over the place. All right, 3v2. Here we go. How long can this crap hold on?
Early. The Phoenix Hawk's fresh. Oh, I don't know if you want to go in, Phoenix Hawk. I don't know if you wanted Press to do that.
He's trying to kill the Wolverine. Why
has he jumped in like that?
I guess they've.
That's a mistake.
Lost. Yeah, I mean.
That's a huge mistake. To jump in like that.
The clock is against them. They can't really deny them the cap for 6 minutes. I guess he just really
No,
wants that
it's gonna. Yeah, he shouldn't have done that. He should have juked them out. They're SRMs. He got the kill at least.
So that's another point.
He's almost legged. I don't think he'll get another kill, unless they're out of ammo.
Oh no, are they?
Are they both out of ammo? They're not shooting.
Let's go. Oh, he's out of ammo. The Kitaro's
They're
out.
both out of ammo. They're both out of ammo.
Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god! What the hell?
He's gonna be able to do this. That's incredible.
Holy shit!
What a
They're both out of ammo. Oh my god!
I mean, the Stormcrow should just run. Like, get out.
So
you can't win
funny.
this fight anymore. Just try and deny him the kill.
Yeah, he should have just ran away. Yeah.
But it is over. And who would have thought?
They both went out of ammo. That's incredible. Wow.
We should give Matt Mosa some sort of medal for a 1v3 comeback victory.
Oh, he made a huge mistake though, doing what he did. Like, he should not have just dove him like that. But I mean, it paid off. They ran out of ammo, so that's incredible.
Well, you never know what you're gonna get in any match, so.
Far out.
Playing chasey, kissy, kissy, ring around the.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter. The Stormcrow can't outrun the Phoenix Hawk, and the Phoenix Hawk's legs aren't damaged enough that it could ram it to death anytime soon. So he's gonna die.
Seems to be farming him. Getting all.
Yeah, I would too. Definitely boost your stats, man. Drop that 1k in the medium drop. I can't believe they ran out of ammo.
Mistakes and
They have
crossfire.
They really. Yeah, I mean, wow.
I want to know how much damage that night gear. I mean, the night gear.
The Nova Cat
did.
Yeah, I'll have to see. They did the right thing, and they had it in the bag, but they've been greedy. They've wanted the big engine, the big LFEs. They wanted all the heat sinks, the jump jets. They skimped on the ammo. Paid very dearly for it. So I'll publish those stats. Yeah, and look, Chilgapsian Water Deer, 680 damage with his LRMs. And of course, 600 damage and 4 kills for Matt Moesa.
Hey, if it's stupid but it works, it's still stupid and you got lucky.
GNX did everything right except for take their ammo bins. It's just going to come up. Look, they're doing the big push. I'm watching it on the stream. That's glorious. Incredible. Okay.
Well, we've got the stats here.
Tell me what the stats are. I can't see the stats, obviously, from my end.
Yeah, not a lot of team damage from either side, but...
That's good. Okay, in game, I'm going to switch the teams.
I guess the real question is, had GNX pushed a little bit sooner, could they have gotten a little more out of that night cheer?
How much damage did it do?
I mean, it did 225, which it died first, so it's understandable, but you kind of want your heavy to get a little more out of it.
Yeah. Or at least be able to tank a lot of damage.
I mean,
as the alternative, But yeah. I don't think it. I said tank the LRMs, but I don't think it was worth it, right?
I don't
Took
know
a lot of damage. 21% before the engagement even happened. It was just being sandblasted away by those LRMs.
It was the Wolverine and the Kintaro, and the Kintaro did 502 damage, which is all right, but the Wolverine only did 366 and ran out of ammo. That one's need a little more care on those shots. But we head over to Crimson Strait. So.
I'm rewatching the stream. Look at the chat. Everyone, what's going on? Oh,
Madness is going on.
Uh, yeah, and you're right. You just mentioned again. I'll read it. The Stormcrow should spheroid. He should have just legged it to the other side of the map and just denied him that kill
Yeah,
rather
right.
than cat. Yeah, he was never going to get that cat with 126 tickets. And the
If he could have
Phoenix
just
Hawk.
broke line of sight, he might have been able to get away.
Yeah, I think if he just full ran off, because the Phoenix Hawk took a while to kill the dervish. Was it the dervish? Yeah, or the Kintara rather. Yeah.
Well,
There you go. Anyway, see how the teams are getting on. Yeah. So another big switch out of pilots for Crossfire. A little bit of switch out, I think, for GNX2. So
this is a really interesting map here because the cap point's at the very tip of Epsilon, and both teams got to run really far to make it.
I was very, very happy when I was playtesting and building this comp that I managed to find a way to fit in a competitive Crimson Strait, because traditionally for basically the entire existence of comp and Crimson Strait, it's always been unbalanced. Always. Whether it's domination or it's 3 cap or it's 5 cap, whatever the format, it's always been unbalanced towards the island side. Because as you can see on the map, you can just easily control all 4 of these cap points from island. So the traditional thing to do, I mean, this is going back to comp a long time ago now in MRBC and such, so you just team 2, you set up an island, long range stuff, and you just have all the caps, and team 1 really can't do much about it. Of course, some teams manage to win, and that was usually drop jet selection, so they might discovered something like this was a pretty good strategy. But again, that could be easily countered if the team 2 team scattered it all and figured out where they were. But with 1 cap, as you said, being Epsilon out here and quite far away, both teams can get there about the same time. If you run a mech, like just say, for example, a popular mech would be a linebacker. If you do this and this, they're almost the same. And it's basically impossible if both teams take the right line and have just say MPLs. It's pretty much impossible for either team to properly get that cap if they both do that. One thing you could try and do from just say team 1, which can be a little bit closer if you take the perfect lines, is you could run something like a Hellfire with a max engine and mask and speed tweak, go up to 131. So you will get there quicker, but it's still very difficult to take that cap. From team 2 side, the denial is very easy. You start in Bravo, you take a Hellbringer Virago, and you go there. And you can shoot already with your EL large with that extra range.
The real question is, because you can get so much closer, you can almost get all the way up to Delta 4 from the Team 1 side. Do you really want to take range on this map and commit to trying to fight from the island still?
From the scrims that I did, and we played today, we did this map quite successfully. Team 1 has a big advantage in this format trading, because what happens is, and we'll just have a look. I think they're all locked, so I'll launch that game while we talk. So it'll load in a second. The thing is, from Team 1, you've got multiple buildings and cover that you can move in and out and pop tart from. But from island side, you're only ever going to have like certain spots where you can trade reliably. So they know where you are from Team 1. But Team 2, if they decide to trade from island, like Team 1 can pop in and out of cover in multiple different places. It's very hard to track them, essentially. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Both sides can viably do push. Both sides can viably do like DACA aggression. Both sides can viably do long range trade. So it'll be interesting to see what the teams bring.
Indeed.
Okay.
But let's get to the match so we don't miss anything.
Yeah, and saying that, yep, switch it over. The music will start up in a minute, and we'll see what the teams have brought. Now, I didn't catch the tonnage because we were busy having a chat. So we'll have a look and see if anyone's lighter or heavier. This, of course, is the heavy drop. So 4 heavies and an assault mech. Waiting for the music. Here it is. Here we go. So on Clan Crossfire, we have a Thanatos, a Night Gear, an Annihilator, a Rifleman, and a Linebacker. So probably heavy DACA. I'm guessing AC2, so I will have a look at their builds.
Well,
SRM, Small Pulse, Linebacker, MRM, Thanatos, AC2, Rifleman, AC2, Annihilator, and a Night Gear with ATMs. Okay, some interesting choices there. I wouldn't pick the MRMs. Not sure why they've got the MRMs there. Anyway, what have we got on Ghost of Nox side?
Ghost of Nox is set up to trade and fight from range. We got PPCs on the ante. We got AC2s everywhere with Jaegermech and Rifleman 2C. Warhammer 6D's got ER large lasers. And
they've got the 4ER PPC Annihilator.
Yeah, it's PPCs, which is
Yeah. That's a nice build.
Works. I mean, that thing can sit there and trade and outdo more or less everything
if you set that up properly, you can alpha the 4 PPCs on that thing with the single heat sinks. You get enough single heat sinks. It's a really nice build.
The real question is, Ghost took the whole long range deck, but have nobody capping at all. So
We have gained Epsilon.
Oh no! Oh no!
They thought it was Kappa. They thought it was Kappa.
Nah, they didn't. Nah, they surely didn't. I think they're just going for a kill strat. I don't know why the Warhammer didn't deny it. He just didn't get there in time. He's got enough. He's got a nice cap on that too. It's not just a slither.
Well, keep an eye.
He's getting. They're going to have to keep an eye on this linebacker the entire time because he can just sit there, and when they're busy trading, he'll just pop out and get another little bit of that EPSI, another little bit. I mean, yeah, that's a huge mistake, a huge blunder from GNX. They don't need to necessarily cap the point, but they definitely needed to deny it. And they haven't denied it. So that's ticking now.
I mean, Crossfire,
and I'm not sure what they're going to do.
Hunkering down. They've got cover. They're going to make them push.
Yeah, and they've got the MRMs. Like I was just questioning the MRMs and ATMs. There you go. So we've got the Grasshopper up here with it's Laser Vomit though. I was expecting this Grasshopper to be ER large. Okay, so that's another interesting choice. Why it's gone mid range up there and it's gone so far out. Maybe it's to deny that spot. The Jaegermech here.
Sure why Crossfire's trading here. Like, they've got every advantage they could possibly want.
I mean, the percentages are quite low. They're doing a little bit of trading. Getting some nice shots on, actually. Oh, they got a strike on that Annihilator 1P now.
Is he going to notice?
See how much damage? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a huge strike hit. Bang, look at that. 63%. Far out.
That's what.
A lot of it is arms and, of course, and back and stuff. So, but still, that's... If that Annihilator 1P loses both its arms, usually it'll lose a fair amount of single heat sinks. So it's actually pretty significant. It really cuts down on its ability to, like, for example, shoot its quad peeps at one time.
Well, GNX they've taken full water control. They're not afraid to sit here and trade.
They have to move up.
Yeah.
Because Crossfire, like you said, they don't even have to trade if they don't want to. They can just bail. This Rifleman's taken a bit of extra damage. He's really far back, so he hasn't taken too much. Yeah, no, he's pretty fresh. Just orange armor, CT. Captain Cat, I think either getting clipped or dodging that airstrike, so knowing pretty well there. The Night Gear should really not be taking damage. It's ATMs. It shouldn't be trying to shoot ATMs from that range. It's not going to do any damage. Yeah, and he just did 3% to that rifle, and it's not. I don't think you should be doing that. It's not worth trading your armor like that. Yeah, I mean they're getting aggressive, and that's what they have to do. But look at this Thanatos just sitting here.
He's about to justify his entire existence right here in these next couple minutes.
Maybe. I hope he does. Hope he doesn't get caught out and die. Please farm me, it says on the back of his Thanatos. So see if that happens. He's got a nice UAV up. Crossfire should probably try and support the Thanatos. He might die here.
Well,
getting some nice ATMs in.
Yep, pressure's coming on from the Grasshopper. Strike's going down. The double D's blocking his retreat, or not, apparently.
So getting some nice trades in with the Fanny, but he is, I don't know, he's He's letting him. Yeah, here we go. They're moving over. They need to move over. The night gear is huge here. If the night gear can get an alpha off into a mech, it's going to absolutely ruin it. Needs to get a clean alpha. I think the Jaeger mech is a good option. Honestly, should go for the Jaeger right now. See if he's moving around. Will he get a pick? He's going to bang. Look at that. Yeah, the 2-1. That Jaeger mech went from pretty fresh to dead in basically 2 alphas. The Night Gear alphaed him with the ATMs, and then the Thanatos finished him off with the MRMs. That's it. That was a nice combination. Worked really well. So they're flipping the cap now. But at this point, I mean, Crossfire would be better off just killing them.
Yeah, they've got the health advantage. They can just peek with a linebacker, peek with a Thanatos, and keep them honest with the 2 in the mix in the back.
These ATMs will be the key here, which is hilarious that they've got good use out of them. He needs to get up and start punishing those mechs, those ATMs. The Annie is going to die.
Yeah, the Annie's about to fall.
He's got no milkers left anyway. Yep, so the linebacker and the grasshopper are going at it. The linebacker's got small pulse and SRMs. Yeah, it's clean up time now. Just all it comes to see is, will they get a kill?
Well, if this grasshopper would push in, he might be able to grab the Annihilator. That's the mech they've got the most damage on. But even still, I don't think it's going to matter.
He's open armor CT, but it's still yellow internals. I mean, it's an Annihilator. It's got a lot of damage. That'd be more than 1 alpha.
Yeah. And here comes the rifleman. Spelling doom.
Bang, done. Very strong showing from Crossfire there. Some unusual choices that I questioned at the start, but they really made them work.
They had a plan, and GNX. I mean, they had a plan too, but they did not play their game. They played Crossfire's game that whole match, and you can really see that. In the damage
letting Crossfire getting that cap was just a death sentence for their drop deck. Knives doing 711 damage in his Rifleman 2C.
Yeah, he was the one that got the strikeout on the Annihilator, though. So
yeah, nice. That's a good. Well, I mean, that strike was pretty big. Chunked that a night.
A real good showing from Creo Baskin, but that's the Tiger King chick, isn't it?
Yeah, even damage numbers, but 5-0. 437 from the ATMs. 468 from the MRM Thanatos. Strong showing.
Well, Crossfire has come to play. They're 3 up.
Yeah, I think they've pretty much got it in the bag now. Even if they lose the next 2, 0-5. I think that's about it done. But of course, it's not just about winning. It's about getting as many points as you can. So there's still 20 points for GNX to take. I'll have to see what they can do with that. So we've got Solaris City next with the assault drop. So we've got 1 light and 4 assault mechs. And Solaris City, given it's very close, and Theta is the main cap. If we want to go to the map strat, there's 4 entrances to Theta here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's also high ground all the way along on these like railroads here. And there's some extra high ground up there, but we probably won't see that getting much use. Now, there's a few different things you can do here. And we've seen it in the past in some of the comp matches played with assault drop. This was also an assault drop in MOR. Heavy Gorse can be used in this map. You can stack heavy Gorse mechs and just hold the angles. So don't push, but hold it. And if someone peeks you and you hit them, you know, with
4
more than
5 heavy Gorse, yeah,
getting up to 6 heavy Gorse, it can just delete them from the game straight away. So that's one option. The other option, which is probably more of a safer option, as heavy Gorse are a bit fragile, and you know, if you miss your heavy Gorse shot, you're in trouble, is the Dakar option. So get as much armor as you can. UAC 5s, UAC 10s. Just sit there and trade. And you can mix in some LBX too if you want to go more push and more heat management. It should be a very fun start to the match because the lights get to Theta a lot quicker than the assaults, as you'd imagine. So we will have an initial little light battle here. It'll
A
be
lot will
interesting to
come
see
down
which.
on that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see which lights both teams choose with what loadouts, how fast they want to go. Do they pick like something like a commando really fast, but a bit lighter on the tonnage, or do you pick a wolfhound heavier with MPLs or something different? I'll have to see. It can be really big. I mean, if the light gets picked early on, that's a huge disadvantage straight away.
I'd find it hard to justify anything other than a wolfhound for the simple fact the wolfhound can be a credible threat to the assault, especially as the match drags on. Everybody finally gets fully engaged. A wolfhound coming around the corner is about as scary as it gets, besides a piranha or maybe a mislinks.
Well, you could take a piranha with just all laser vomit. You have the potential to just one hit, or not one hit assault, but you have potential to blow off a side torso instantly, and it is much quicker generally. Or a commando with flamers and SRMs, I mean, is something that typically tanks a lot of shots. It's got really strange, dodgy hitboxes, and it can maneuver much better. It's much harder to shoot for an assault mech that's got torso-mounted weaponry, for example. Whereas Wolfhound's very tall, so you can always shoot it even if it's hugging you. But a Piranha or a Commando, if it's hugging you and you've only got torso weapons, sometimes you can't shoot that in the assault. So there's some reasons I suppose you could take something other than Wolfhound, but I do agree that a Wolfhound is a very strong option.
So one final thing before we really get into this. Do you think it's worth pushing into Theta as the assaults, or do you think it's better to hold the corners and make them push you?
Depends. It can be worth it. Something you got to be very cautious with. But it is a very strong position. If you manage to have that light out on the outside controlling like at least 2 of the gates, if they don't have time to encircle you for 3. If you get crossfired for 3 gates, it can be very dangerous. But if they're only looking through 2 of the entrances to Theta and you've locked down Theta, you can really like hold them off quite well if you can get in. The trick is getting in without taking too much damage, right?
Always.
Yeah. We'll have to see. 410 tons versus 415, very heavy. We're looking at all 90 plus tonners and probably the Wolfhounds, as you said. But we'll see shortly. I'm expecting to see obviously there'll be 2 Annihilators on the field. That's unquestionable.
Probably 2
if there's not 2 Annihilators, I'm like that's ridiculous because they're just so strong. Sleipnir's very very popular, I'd imagine. Something like a Mad Cat maybe. Yeah, I'm not fond of the Blood Asp on this map. It can work, but I think there's better options. Things like Night Stars are much tankier, for example. Big structure quirks, and you can run the Daka just as well on them. Extra 5 tons. Yeah, you can do for example, you could do like 2 Ultra 10, 2 Ultra 5 Night Star, 95 tons, really big structure quirks in the CT and side torsos. It's an option. A mech we tested on this was dual Snubnose, dual LB20 Corsair. Didn't make the final cut. It was interesting. Let's have a look.
Fafnir's. Alright,
yeah, Fafnir's.
The same things.
A Fafnir 5E. Is that MRMs? So anyway, Ghosts of Nox have a Mad Cat Mark 2B, a Cyclops Sleipnir, Urban Mech K9. That's a really interesting choice. It's very slow. An Annihilator 2A, and a Fafnir 5.
Well,
now I'm looking at Crossfire.
Crossfire has brought all of the LBX-10s they possibly can.
That's what's happened. So Crossfire's got a Mad Cat with Daka.
And
they've got the Fafnir 5E it's got 4 LB10s and 4 SRM2s. That's a nice build. I like that build. Of course, that's what it is. 4 LB10s, Sleipnir.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
And this 1A is what?
More LB10s.
Oh, LB10s and small pulse. Okay.
All the LB10s, man.
And I mean, look. Here's a perfect example. Why would you bring a Urban Mech? He's going to get a full cap with his Wolfhound. The Urban Mech hasn't even tried to get in, or has tried. It's just slow. I think that's another mistake from GNX, honestly.
Yeah, good.
5s and 10s for the Mad Cat GNX. 5s and 10s again for the Annihilator 2A. 4 LB10s for the Sleipnir. and 5s and 10s for the Fafnir. So all the DACA. So a bit more LBX for Crossfire, which is, I mean, that means they have to get closer. So will they push in? Is the question.
They almost have to if they're going to get this.
Well, see, the LB10s are trading. Straight away, that's something you don't want to do. And this Annihilator just took 12%. Stop peeking that corner. Why are you peeking into the DACA with your LBs?
Yeah, you gotta rotate, man. You can't. Forcing your way into Theta is a good way to lose the match, and you already have the cap.
Ideally, this is one of those situations where the LBs want to be in Theta.
All right, the light fight's about to go down. Let's see how soon they spot each other.
Yeah, I'm looking over here. Yeah, no, Knives knows where he is. He's got to be very careful here. He doesn't walk around the corner into a DACA Alpha from an assault, of course.
Oh.
Looks like GNX are moving in. They're moving into the middle.
But it brings them into the LBX range. Like, I'm not 100% certain.
Yes, but once you're in there, it's really hard to push it. And you don't really want to trade across that with LBX either against the DACA. They might be punished Crossfire here for their choices. Are they going to push that? They're pushing in. Oh, but
they're split.
GNX don't have the angles, and the Annihilator's out of position.
It's all over.
This is huge.
We need to see some miracles by the Sleep Deer and Mad Cat to hold here.
And look, Knives is getting in with the Wolfhound too. The Urban Mech's still not in. They need to push it though. They need to push and get those kills.
Crossfire,
get in there, just get in there.
You can't wait.
The Mad Cat, I think, from Rathni is extremely hurt. The engagement hasn't been the best. The Wolfhound's going to get picked by the Urban Mech. There he goes. Oh no, he got picked by the Slip now. It's not looking good for Crossfire. We'll have to see how it comes out. They need to get a pick pretty quick, I think.
They've actually got a fair bit more health on the assaults if they're cycling it right. They've got to
They're
take
pretty
down
injured.
Bravo.
They're pretty hurt. Captain Cat's only got 2 small pulse left.
Ooh.
Old Barbecue's going alright. Nakori's pretty open. I think Rathnor at the back there is going to be very injured.
I think they're going to want this one back. They had everything to gain with that push, and it didn't follow.
Well, they didn't push through.
Yeah,
they should have pushed through and just swept those GNX mechs in the middle. They might get this Mad Cat here.
I mean, it's a poor consolation prize, but if they get the Mad Cat and the Fafnir, it might make it worth it.
They're pretty injured GNX too, but I think they've got it. Crossfire are too injured at this point.
Samuel is
He's doing a good job. Yeah.
He is surviving.
He's very hurt. Will Barbecue get the pick on him? No. Does he have any weapons left? No, he does not. No weapons left. 2 small pulse for Captain Cat. Rathnall's the only one with weapons left.
He's got the UX, and he's not even shooting at the right target. He's got the Annie.
Get the Faf. No, he's done. So 2 small pulse left. Captain Cat to die. And a pretty strong brawl showing right there. I mean, I felt that Crossfire threw that then. They timed the push perfectly, but then they backed off it. They needed to just commit to that push. Rathnor needed to jump down Rathnor was up in the high ground. He took a lot of fire, but he needed to jump down to touch early. Instead of jumping down backwards, he needed to jump down forwards. They needed to get those kills quicker. And it just cost them. The push stalled and they got picked apart. So well done for GNX there. And look at that. Annihilator 2A, 1,143 damage.
Guess we know how Rathnor got cut up then. Because he was on the high ground.
The Annihilator was on the high ground as well, and he was just farming the entire time. It was basically ignored. Okay, good. GNX managing to get on the board, picking up their 10 points.
Let's see what strikes and team damage all were. Really clean match. No war crimes committed. Must have been paid extra for that one. But still, that Annihilator just sitting up there. He blocked the push and made him pay for it. They stopped and kept getting farmed and kept getting farmed.
Yeah, that was a big mistake to stop that push. Big mistake.
And really good
At
job
that
on
point, they were probably always going to lose if they might have lost if they kept pushing, but they were definitely going to lose if they stopped pushing. So there was only one option at that stage, and they brought the LBX, so that's what that was the engagement they needed. They managed to get in like pretty almost for free.
Really big props to the Mad Cat for staying alive there. Denied him a point, and I mean, it's something. Fafnir stayed alive too, but he had all 3 torsos still.
Yeah, they hit their mechs well.
So the urban mech managed to get the Wolfhound?
No, he didn't in the end. He was getting some back shots on him though.
Well, I mean, I know the Sleipnir got the kill, but
yeah, I think he came in and got at least one back shot on him. I was watching. It's actually on the stream now. I'm watching it. This is where they stall. They stall the push. Yeah, the urban mech got I think one shot on the Wolfhound before mostly the assaults though.
Maybe once I get a little better at this, we can do like a replay camera. Go watch the stream, minutes the stream.
Rewatch it, yeah.
So, oh, it's not Tourmaline, it's Forest Colony. What am I doing?
Forest Colony Snow Classic map. Nice old school comp map.
Really,
one cap,
really
which is
small.
This map is usually a bit favored towards Team 2 especially in terms of getting Kappa. There's a lot of cover that blocks your view of Kappa from Team 1 side just here. Whereas from Team 2, there's multiple angles. So you can be up here, of course, and even back here where you can see the caps. And be able to shoot and block those caps. So, but it is an extremely small map, of course. This is one of the original maps, getting back to the era where it started out with. They were designed for 8v8 combat. So even though you can take, of course, our large laser mechs and get some very good shots come up here, there are a lot of ways you can move in with your DPS and DACA. So a few different viable strategies from both teams. It will be interesting to see whether Team 2 opt to take the typical sort of, you can do a sort of a split with long range options and then some floaters in the middle and just hold the cap, see if you can win the trades with the clock ticking.
Well, Crossfire has brought Lerms once. Do you think they will again, especially on a map where it's more effective?
I mean, yeah, it's not impossible. They're all locked now. It's 330 tons versus 350, so a little bit heavier for GNX. We're going to launch in. We'll see what happens. I'd expect to see a mix in this map, a mix of stuff. Some AC2s, ERPPCs, ER large, MPLs. I think it goes well for different sorts of mechs having different sorts of roles rather than, all stacking the same one.
Is there any merit to a tunnel push?
With lights, there could be, yeah, definitely. Especially for Team
1.
Which team? Team 1, because it gets in the back of like the Pop Tart, which wants to sit up the top on Radio Tower. So of course they start. There's no drop ships. They start in the game. So I can see an Annihilator here already. PPC Annihilator that's from GNX for sure. PPC Summoner.
Dire Whale.
MPL Vulcan. MPL Wolfhound. And then a ER large Battlemaster. That's what we're looking at from Crossfire's side.
I've got Night Jeers, I've got an Ultraviolet, I've got an Annie with PPCs.
Yep.
So
both taking PPC Annies. Interesting choices.
Real bold
and of course, the action's already starting. We're already getting trades in. That's how small this map is. We've got the Wolfhound Vulcan.
They are
both of them pushing towards. Look, they're both pushing towards the cap.
Yeah, and
they should be able to deny it.
I don't think either of them were going to be expecting this 2v2, so let's see who wins it. Team 1 looks like it can get some more support.
They've got the Summoner backing up, and Crossfire have managed to get into cover, or not quite, from the enemy mechs. Oh, they've got to be careful here, peeking that side. Captain Cat's going to try and get the cap.
They're not stopping it. They don't have any ER large.
Yeah, they're missing that ER large to stop the cap.
Is
he going to get it? He's going to get it, I think. Yep,
yeah,
we got it.
So once again,
Tech down to 79% already in his Wolfhound. Oh, what happened there?
Crossfire
My
for the
camera went
third
all
map in
funny.
a row, taking control of the cap and making GNX come to them.
The Wolfhound leg, Tech 52's Wolfhound 1A's leg is already open. It's yellow open, the right leg.
Or was that the
Vulcan.
Battlemaster that got him?
Yeah, I think it was the MPL focus.
Knives and Captain Cat seem keen to... Oh, the strike. Oh, the strike. Okay, he's bailing. Summoner in the high ground. These lights need to fall back or they're going to die.
Yeah, the Tex, I think if he peeks again, he's gonna get his leg picked off. His leg is one touch, and they're getting crossfired now too from the other side.
There it goes.
Yeah, he's lost his leg. He lost his leg. Nice strike hit there though. Really chunked Captain Cat and that Wolfhound that strike. Yeah, they're still taking those trades. I mean, Captain Cat might die now. How's he looking? He's backing off. Yeah, look at him. He's backing off.
I mean, they can't.
Another nice strike.
And Carol's doing the best to support him, but
Captain Cat's double open leg. Yeah. And of course, in the background, the assaults are trading a little bit. Crossfire assaults are very far away. I think they need to move up, honestly. They could be putting a lot more pressure on. But they do have cap control, so there's argument to just sitting back, I suppose. Looks like they're trying to get some angles on these lights.
Well, you can see the two assaults back here. Like, they can't support the lights at all. It's entirely closed off. So, I think that's going to simply decide the match.
I think Rathnor's trying to get an angle now with the peeps. Yeah, look, see? If you look at Rathnor's angle, you can see. So if those lights try and retreat, he can hit him with PPCs. He just got some nice PPC shots off into the Annihilator for GNX. It's still pretty fresh though.
He's fighting the Ultraviolet.
And the Ultraviolet is... should probably not shoot that. He should be peeking it once. The Nike has almost lost its right torso.
Yep. Well, he's fighting the pop-tarting Summoner, and it's not gone well for him at all.
Tech is one touch on the right torso of his Wolfhound, and obviously legged as well, so he's not going to go anywhere. The Veagle's running away. He's one touch on the right leg.
Is he going to make it?
He got very lucky that he didn't get hit. Oh, he's one touch on the left torso now, so he's extremely hurt. They have very injured lights on GNX's side, but still alive. Oh, there goes Tech.
Finally, he died.
That was an airstrike, wasn't it? Yep.
That was the Summoners.
Oh, the Summoner got him. Okay.
So it's a 3v3 and a 2v2. They're not really interacting with each other all that much. They seem to let the assaults duke it out while, honestly, GNX is getting by far the worst set of trades up here. But the clock's ticking. I mean, you got to go.
I don't think they can come back at this stage, GNX. I think they're done, honestly.
Are they just going for kills, you think?
I mean, they still could come back, but I don't think they will. Crossfire have to make a lot of mistakes for that to happen at this stage. They got a huge lead. They've got more armor. I think they can just sit and just happily trade away. See if they can retain all their mechs. Deny GNX some points.
Captain Cat's the only one really in danger, right?
Yeah, and if you notice, he's hanging back the furthest hiding. Look at him.
Yep.
His legs are both very injured. I mean, the Vulcan could push and potentially get a pick here on him.
The Vulcan's
not so much anymore.
Yeah,
I know, but I mean, what else is he going to do? Like, he's going to try and peek up over the top here and get picked by the assaults or something? I don't know. Needs to do something to try and get a kill.
Oh. And there goes the Niger.
Yeah, he just got picked apart by that Summoner. There's no answer to that Summoner.
It was a very poor fight for him to take in the first place. I mean, I know he felt like he had to, but I think the lights should have bailed much, much earlier.
Yeah, I think so.
The Ultraviolet's pushing out, trying to get
very aggressive here on the water. He might actually get punished here for that, Rathnor. I don't think it'll matter, but he's got no weapons left, Rathnor. So he's going to just try and protect these. He's going to try and stay alive. This Ultraviolet's hunting him. Ultraviolet's still got armor in the CT, but it's open. The Battlemaster should halve the Dire.
Wolfhound's coming to help him. I don't think it'll be there in time.
No, I think Rathnall's okay. I think he'll hide. Oh, maybe.
It's all Sammy can see right now, so
I think he's going to get double side torsoed pretty quickly. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah,
boom.
survived.
So a 5-0
Just one
win?
left. Not yet. Still one left. Probably going to be 5-0, but we'll have to see. Rathnall still got arm in the CT.
I totally
The
believe
Battlemaster's open. The Battlemaster's open right torso. He's getting bullied by the Vulcan now. No, he's lost his weapons.
Surrounded.
Oh no, he hasn't. Yeah, he's almost.
One last shot of
There we
anger.
go. And done. Yep.
This triumph will provide us huge
Strong showing from Crossfire overall, I'd say. Made one mistake on their push in Slower City, but apart from that, it was pretty
Pretty well
straightforward.
played.
Pretty strong.
Take a look at
The
these
biggest
final
mistake I
stats.
think of the day was GNX not bringing enough ammo when they had the Grim Plexus drop in the bag.
Ooh, that Niger, 90 damage. Yeah, he really got the
Ouch.
bad end of the trades.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was the final score?
Well, it's 4 drops to 1 for.
Did you have
Crossfire.
the scores running on the stream?
I did not. I
No.
couldn't figure out how to get that working, to be honest.
Okay.
I
No
was-
worries.
I
Well, I'd
was
say
in-
it's going to be 44 points. I think it's 40. I think it's going to be 44 points to 10 or so. I'm imagining. No, not 10. It'll be under 20. It'll be between 10 and 20. 44 points is between 10 and 20, I think. So a very strong win from Crossfire, which is going to do them very well. Moving forward onto the competition. GNX had a pretty good win over the Div B team. A very surprising win. Div C going as Div B last match.
Which this is really going to hurt GNX going forward. Their next opponent, CS.
Yeah, they were looking very strong. So, I mean, it's now flipped again. So definitely still in it because of their win over the Div B team. But good beating and a loss of points. It's going to it's going to make Div C really tight, honestly. It's going to be a very tight division now.
Top to
Let's have a
bottom,
look at
they're
the
separated
standings.
by well, top to bottom, they're separated by a fair bit, but
Yeah, but there'll be a nice middle fight for it. Trials of Combat, the tournament is not loading for me. Okay, anyway, that's the end of our stream. Won't be doing interviews today. I'll have to head off soon. Thank you very much, Fez. Well done for your first stream for us. And well done to both the teams. Tomorrow, we've got a couple of games on, one in EU primetime and one, I believe, in NA primetime. So make sure everyone tunes into those. And oh, by the way, don't end the stream because it's halfway through the last match.
right.
And there's a delay.
Well, you got to start somewhere, and I was trying to pull up Div C for everybody to look at, see just how tight it is.
You can do that. I'll
numbers.
raid someone in a minute, so got time.
But thank you guys for coming. Thank you for letting me try streaming and try and get some more matches cast. These have all been really entertaining to watch. So just more content, more of this, all in my face, please.
Yeah, the game's just about to finish on the live. Excellent. Okay.